And our next guest is Vona Proctor. She's been a member with the Humber Valley Art Club for 35 years. And she has been a busy lady in Etobicoke. She's taught with the Parks and Rec and the Y. So thanks for being with us.
It's a pleasure.
Isn't it a good show?
It is a good show. I think so. I think they should be very happy.
I think a lot of people are very proud, would be very proud of having their good work
I think so. And I'm happy to see so many. And it was a nice idea to let every member put one in. I think that's very encouraging, especially to people who haven't painted too long. It's encouragement, especially if it's your first work that's ever been hung. I think that gives you more excitement than it does later on.
Oh, absolutely. I agree with you, absolutely, yes.
Yeah.
You've taught in Etobicoke for a number of years, not now, but with the Etobicoke Rec and the Y.
Yes.
And have you seen any of your pupils come on to fame and fortune?
I'm just so pleased, Jillian. I think most of them have continued, which makes me very happy.
Yes.
I was sad to give it up, but I did have a choice to make. And when I gave up the teaching, that's when I really started to paint for myself.
That's when you had more time.
And I couldn't do both. Now, maybe some people can, but I enjoyed the teaching. I put everything I had into it. And I didn't have very much of me left over to spread to something else.
That's right. You use a lot of energy painting, don't you? And teaching.
Yes. And I used to put a lot of time. I'd go 2 feet off in my little car to find good places to paint. My husband didn't like this because I got into some really bad corners, looking for farms and things, and I'd go up laneways, but I did get some awfully good places. And consequently, we'd meet in a supermarket parking lot and go straight away to this place, and I'd already made sketches and knew there were at least 10 subjects there.
Yes.
And this was a time saver and something new every week. And so nobody missed a class. They just couldn't wait to see what was next.
I'm sure
it was an element of surprise.
That's wonderful, isn't it? Yes.
Kept them happy.
Vona, the work that you have in the show, your tropical transfer, you call, it is fabulous.
Thank you. I'm happy you liked it, Jillian.
I think you've managed to get the movement in that figure. Even though she's sitting down, I can just feel her get up and start to move.
Well, do you realize that that is part collage and part watercolor? Did you know that?
No, I didn't know that.
Well, I tried something new. I tore up a lot of my old watercolors, and that's the background.
Really?
It's a suggestion that came, I think, originally from Harold Town. He said, never throw out your old prints or your old watercolors. They can come in handy. So when I did the figure, I thought, certainly doesn't look gray on white paper.
Yeah.
I want a tropical, sort of a jungly. And so I just tore up things and used a collage in the background.
And it looks as if you've used pen and ink with it as well. Or is that one of your works that was pen and ink?
No, there was a little pen and ink, I think, in whatever I had done before. And but it did satisfy me. It was pretty much what I wanted.
Well, it certainly was very successful.
And I think that's what art should be. I think it should be fun. Try things.
Yes.
Experiment. And, I think that somewhere along you have to stand your own little flat feet and experiment and try things.
Yes.
And sometimes you fall flat in your face, Jillian.
Oh, yes. But then you pick yourself up and go on to the next thing. Yes. Yes. And the little painting you have next to it, hanging in the gallery, it almost looks like it's not painted by the same person.
Well, I've heard people say this. Those two can't be painted by the same person. It's funny. I think everything excites you about whatever work you're working on. If it doesn't excite you, then why bother painting? I have to be enthusiastic. And the thing that got me excited about that little landscape was the design of the white areas left on the land as spring approaches. And there seemed to be a lovely rhythmical design, and that's what I was trying to catch.
Yes, well, you have.
But it's just a little painting. I do like working larger, actually.
So, for the summer, what are you going to do for the next few months? Are you going to be out painting?
I'm going to trim bushes, and I'm going to do some wallpapering. I'm going to refinish some old furniture, which I do as a hobby of mine. Very satisfying one. And I do other things too, Jillian, but I hope to do some painting too.
I hope you do too.
I hope so. And it's something you can't put down for too long. And so we keep trying.